Hello everyone, my name is Solio, and we are now in SoulCalibur 6 version 2.20. Groh got some really cool things, so let's talk about them. The most notable thing Groh got is that his AVN KA is now a natural combo. This used to be only a combo on counterhit, but as you can see, my counterhit settings are turned off, and both hits are still linking into each other for 30 damage. Sadly, they had to nerf a couple things about it, but trust me, they're small nerfs. The first one is, as I said, 30 damage. This used to do a little bit more damage if you got both hits to land. Additionally, this is now neutral on hit, which you'll see mine and Setsuka's AAs clash after that hit. They're both frame 12 moves, so that's evidence for you. It's neutral on hit. Now, this really isn't even a nerf on normal hit, because previously on normal hit, they would just be able to block your second hit, and then you would be -6 on block. But now they can't do that. So every time you hit that low kick, if you want to combo the full string, you're going to be neutral on normal hit too. Now sadly, counter hit is where you get a bit of a nerf, because if this counter hit previously, it would be +4, and now as you see, my attack counter hit settings are on, and we just clashed. So it's neutral on counter hit as well. That is a slight nerf. Now you can actually still get this to be +4, but it has to be only if the second hit counter hits, not if the first one does, or if you use it in the middle of a combo, such as this. Now you see there, I actually outspeed Setsuka's AA because I'm +4. You know, imagine that you do a really good Avenger transition, such as, 6BB6 on hit. You can now mix up between AVN B and AVN K, and now they're both rewarding options. AVN KA is a legitimate threat. So the only option they have to get out of this is to GI or to soul charge out. And if they want a GI, well, you know what happens to people who GI Avenger. You hit them with AVN B plus K. So you really put them in a bad situation with Avenger now. It's way stronger. In addition to AVN KA being a natural combo, we also got AVN K held, which allows you to exit Avenger after the low kick. The frame data on this version of AVN K is not very good at all. It's -6 on hit. As you can see, Setsuka can interrupt my continued offense. It's also -16 on block. Now there are a couple of defensive uses for this move. I won't talk about that in this video, but I'll leave those in the description for you if you want to know how you could possibly use this move. Continuing with the Avenger changes, we now have AVN BK held, where AVN BK uncharged is -12 on block. This move is actually neutral on block. In addition to that, this move gives a knockdown on hit, which can wall splat for you, or if you're positioned correctly, can ring out too. I'm going to leave some extra notes for this move as well in the description, but I wanted to show y'all a hit confirm technique for this move before we move on. The way you'll do this hit confirm is that you'll hold the kick down until you see AVN B hit, and once you react to that, you release. You'll still get your combo, as you see. That still combos for 42 damage. But if they guard this instead of getting hit by it, you continue to charge the move, and now you've escaped your -12 punishment that you would have got if you didn't charge it all the way. And so now we're going to take a look at AVN BKB and Soul Charge. There's two things to note about AVN BKB in this patch. You can still charge that kick in the middle of this string, and what that does is, normally, the last hit of the string, you could duck it and punish it. But if you charge that kick up, they can no longer duck. They have to block that. Probably a more important change to this move is that it now bounds when you hit someone in the air as such, and you get a 6-6B plus K follow-up with that. So this property change allows us to get a new 2-2B lethal hit optimal combo, which is AVN BKB into 6-6B plus K at the end of that. We've tried air controlling out of this, me and Somberlin and a couple of other Groh players. We cannot air control out of this. So we think this is a true combo, and it's really, really strong. 113 to 115 damage usually, a lot more damage than you would get previously. Next move we're going to look at is 6-6BB, and this got a couple of really interesting changes, one of which you've probably already seen if you watched the patch trailer. First, this move used to track sidestep right and miss against sidestep left, but with this patch, it now works completely like a vertical. It does not track sidestep at all. Thankfully, Project Soul decided to balance this out with some hitbox and tracking fixes, so if you use this move to auto-step something or whiff punish something, it shouldn't randomly miss anymore like it could before. And now for the really interesting stuff. We have 6-6B, B-slide G, to cancel the second hit of this move into Avenger. This cancel is meant to bait and punish GIs because a common counterplay to 6-6BB is to GI the second hit as such. So what you would instead do is you would cancel it and then punish them with AVN BB. Honestly, I already baited out these GIs by doing single hit 6-6B. I guess if the opponent was reacting to the swing of the second hit, this cancel could be used against them to good effect. Sadly, it's really risky to go for this because it's punishable on both hit and block. In fact, on hit, they can actually option select you and punish it. Now on block, you can't option select punish this, but I think if you watch for the transition, I've been able to react to this offline. Online, it may be a different issue, but if you just look for that transition and you use an AA to punish it, really this becomes more of a knowledge check than an actual fake out. So that's kind of some bad news with 6-6B, B slide G. It's not very good, but let's get to some better news. And many of Groh's moves were altered to work better at the wall so that the combo works properly. 6B plus K and Avenger B plus K are two of these moves. But there's also something else about 6B plus K. This move now bypasses the no same stun rule. So you can use this in wall combos as an ender, and you get a lot of extra damage out of that. Just in case you weren't aware of the no same stun rule, what this rule basically says is that in a combo, you can't use the same stun twice. Now that rule is going to still apply, but not to 6B plus K. So if you do this combo, previously 6B plus K wouldn't work there because I think it uses the same stun as Avenger B. So you've got a really nice new ender for your wall combos to make your wall combos more damaging. Okay, now on to some things that are a bit more situational. BBB. If the first two hits land, the third hit is going to be a force block. Previously, you could GI the third hit even if the first two hits landed clean. Now this does 10% guard damage every time it gets blocked. So if you decide not to take your plus frames off of BB, you could like block punish with this and then stack 10% guard damage. Or if they have a red guard bar, you could even break their guard and then you could get a big combo on them like this. So solid change. I actually really like this. This is pretty cool. For Groh's 3A plus B, the damage has been increased from 18 to 20. For Groh's 3B, the launch height has been very slightly increased. I can't confirm this for sure, but what this change may do is help your 3B into 4-4B plus K combo wall splat from slightly further distances. I've also been told 3B into 2-3-6B works on everyone as long as you launch them while you're directly facing them. But I know that this still whiffs if you hit them at an angle sometimes, so I don't really recommend this as your 3B follow-up. I've switched my training mode dummy over to Groh to illustrate this next change, which is that 6AA has improved tracking. Previously, it was really crazy. Groh could actually dodge his own 6AA in the mirror with his 6-6AA because the auto step was so big. But I'm glad to report, as I'll show now, this is no longer the case. I'm getting hit straight out of my auto step because 6AA tracks a little bit better now. So I guess this change was done to prevent stuff like that from happening. Groh's 1AK got a solid quality of life change. Prior to this patch, if you hit the 1A from too far away, the second hit would not combo. But now, no matter how far away that 1A hits from, you should get the two hits to chain into each other. Another thing that's changed about Groh's 1AK is that the lethal hit has been improved. Remember, you get a lethal hit if you punish a level 3 GI with this move, and it does 91 damage total for the combo now. Previously, this only did 75. Steed of the Night B got some tracking and hitbox adjustments to make all three hits combo pretty much perfectly into each other. Previously, this move would maybe whiff in the middle of the attack against back-turned Amy, 2B, and Ivy, but as you can see, that's no longer an issue on Amy. I've tested it against 2B and Ivy as well, and I can't seem to get this move to work wrong against them. So hopefully this move has been completely fixed. They've tried to patch it a couple times now, and I think they got it with this one. And lastly, we'll end on a small change. Soul Charged 4A plus G does 10 extra damage as compared to the non-Soul Charged version. Now, Groh players have been asking for this move to reverse ring out for quite some time now, and sadly it still doesn't do that. It's just the 10 extra damage and the cool little lighting effect. Alright, and that's going to do it for this video. If you're a Groh player watching this, I hope you Avenger KA everyone to your heart's content, and if you're someone trying to learn how to beat Groh's new stuff, please punish the hell out of us for using 6-6B, B-Slide G. With that, my name is Solio, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you soon.